Wire is brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.
Last week, wow, real estate news was everywhere.
It really was, yeah.
Felt like every headline,
Yeah.
like had something for agents to get excited about, you know?
It does feel like we're on the edge of some big changes,
Yeah.
especially after that NAR settlement.
Oh, yeah,
It's everywhere.
it is.
It's everywhere.
I love a good shakeup,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
amidst all the noise,
Mm-hmm.
there were some really practical takeaways
Yeah.
for those agents who were ready to
Right.
up their game.
Absolutely. The thing that stood out to me was all the focus on
Yeah.
mastering those core skills
Yeah,
that, never go out of style.
it's true.
No matter how much the market changes.
It's true.
Are always important.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I was reading this RISMedia piece
Okay.
about the 7 time-wasting traps
Uh-huh.
that real estate agents fall into,
Mm-hmm.
and it hit a little too close to home.
Oh, tell me about it.
You know,
I think we've all been victims of the social media vortex
more like daily,
at some point, or
right.
daily.
But the article had a really good point
Yeah.
about how constantly checking social media,
Yeah.
email, and all those notifications
Mm-hmm.
actually makes us less productive.
It's so true.
Right.
The illusion of multitasking.
Yeah.
We think we're getting more done,
Okay.
but really we're just spreading our focus
Yeah.
so thin that nothing gets our full attention.
Speaking of focus,
Okay.
this Nader article on how to take ownership of your time
Yes.
had a fantastic tip,
Mm-hmm.
setting better boundaries.
Boundaries are crucial,
Yeah.
especially in a profession where it
Yeah.
always feels like you're on. This article is published January 10th,
Okay.
reminds us that it's okay to set specific hours for work.
Totally.
Stick to that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And to add to that,
Okay.
this other RISMedia piece, From Doubt to Decision, published January 8th,
Okay.
reminded me that sometimes setting boundaries
Right.
also applies to clients, being assertive, asking for the business,
Right.
and not being afraid to walk away if it's not a good fit.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
The best way to respect your own time and energy
Right.
is to be selective about who you work with.
Right. And on that note,
Okay.
this Housing Wire article from January 9th,
Yep.
Expired listings, a realtor's gold mine,
Interesting.
reframed these listings as opportunities
Yeah.
and suggested agents take time to understand
Mm-hmm.
why a property didn't sell by asking sellers pointed questions about
Okay.
past showings and feedback.
Interesting, yeah.
And that brings us to another big theme
Okay.
that emerged last week,
Mm-hmm.
the changing dynamic in agent-client relationships,
Yes.
especially
Yeah,
in a post-NAR settlement world.
absolutely. This excerpt from Real Estate News, January 13th,
Yeah.
about Trends 2025,
Mm-hmm.
really drove that point home.
Yeah.
It's all about being more transparent, more consumer-centric,
Right.
and really understanding the needs of buyers and sellers in
Yeah.
this new landscape.
And it's not just about understanding their needs.
Right.
It's about anticipating them.
Exactly.
This Mastering Lead Conversion article from RISMedia,
Okay.
published January 10th,
Mm-hmm.
talked about how agents need to be more proactive
Yes.
than ever
Yeah.
in terms of providing value,
Right.
nurturing leads, and staying top of mind.
I love how it emphasized the importance of a strong network,
Yes.
both clients and professionals.
Mm-hmm.
This network can provide a support system
Totally.
of trusted partners
Yes.
who can help you deliver exceptional service.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's not just about closing deals.
Right.
It's about building lasting relationships
Mm-hmm.
that generate referrals and create a truly sustainable business.
And those relationships need to be built on trust and credibility.
Oh, absolutely.
We can't forget about that Resides article on how to spot fake sellers.
Yeah.
Sadly, scams are on the rise.
Yeah.
And it's crucial for agents to be vigilant.
That's true.
To look out for red flags,
Right.
protect themselves and their clients.
Okay, so we talked about time management, building relationships,
Yeah.
and staying informed about potential risks.
Mm-hmm.
But what about inspiration?
Okay.
Because sometimes we just need a good success story
Oh, yeah.
to light a fire under us.
Right.
And last week was full of them.
It was inspiring.
First up, this Housing Wire podcast excerpt
Yeah.
featuring Danielle Dowell
Okay.
from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a powerhouse.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She built her team from the ground up.
Right.
Because she saw a need
Yeah.
for a different kind of support system for agents.
It's impressive how she tailors the resources
Right.
to each team member's needs.
Yeah.
Whether it's admin support,
Right.
lead generation, or mentorship.
Totally.
She recognizes that one size doesn't fit all.
It's true. And speaking of personalized approaches,
Yeah.
remember that Housing Wire article about Chris Williams?
Oh, yeah.
Who went from working 2 jobs
Mhm.
to leading a 15-person team
Wow.
in under 5 years?
That's amazing.
His diamonds in the rough video strategy was genius.
I loved that.
Right.
He focused on showcasing properties
Mhm.
with potential, even
Yeah.
if they weren't
Yeah.
those picture-perfect mansions.
Right.
It sparked curiosity
Totally.
and made people see the possibility.
Exactly. He understood his ideal client and created content that resonated with them.
It's so smart.
And speaking of understanding your audience,
Okay.
let's talk about buyers.
Yeah.
This real estate news article, January 13th,
Okay.
on what they're looking for in their next home
Mm-hmm.
was eye-opening.
Yeah. What did it say?
Move-in readiness
Okay.
was a huge priority,
That makes sense.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Given the current climate,
Totally.
renovations are expensive and
Right.
time-consuming,
Right.
so buyers want homes that are ready to go.
Makes sense.
And surprisingly,
Okay.
the number of bedrooms
Mm-hmm.
was more important than having a fancy kitchen.
Interesting.
Right.
It highlights the shift in priorities.
Yeah.
With so many people working from home,
Mhm.
having enough space for
Yeah.
everyone to have their own private area
Right.
has become crucial.
Yeah, and while home offices
Okay.
might be declining in popularity,
Interesting.
probably because companies are calling employees back to the office.
Right.
Commute time
Yeah.
remains a top concern for buyers.
Location, location, location.
Right.
It's still king.
It never goes away.
Never goes away.
And speaking of things that never go out of style,
Okay.
this Housing Wire piece on the complete guide to pocket listings,
Hmm.
published January 9th,
Okay.
provided a fresh perspective on a strategy that often gets a bad rap,
Interesting.
right?
Why is that?
It highlighted the legitimate reasons
Okay.
why some sellers prefer off-market sales,
Mm-hmm.
like convenience, privacy,
Yeah.
and even health concerns.
Wow. I never thought about that.
And that story about the seller
Uh-huh.
who wanted the agent to park down the street
Okay.
to avoid the neighbor's prying eyes.
Yeah.
So relatable.
Oh, totally.
It just goes to show that there's always more to the story
Right.
than meets the eye.
You never know.
It's all about understanding their motivations and concerns.
Right.
Now, remember that Housing Wire article,
Mm-hmm.
Trump's presidency, keeping agents up at night,
Oh, yeah, that one.
published January 13th.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one definitely got people talking.
It did.
Even though we're not here to get political,
Right.
it did raise valid concerns
Yeah.
about how external factors can impact the market.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like the rising cost of building materials, the potential for skilled labor shortages,
Mm-hmm.
and of course,
Yeah.
the ongoing debate about affordable housing.
The big one.
These are all things that agents need to be aware of
Right.
and prepared to address with their clients.
For sure.
And speaking of being prepared,
Okay.
I think it's worth revisiting that From Doubt to Decision article from RISMedia one last time.
Yeah. What about it?
It had some great advice on how to overcome seller hesitations,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in a market where they might be tempted
Right.
to shop around for the lowest commission,
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
like that lawyer analogy.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you have to remind sellers,
Mhm.
they're not just paying for a service.
Right.
They're paying for expertise and experience
Totally.
that can ultimately save them
Yeah.
time, money, and stress.
Absolutely.
It's about positioning yourself as a trusted advisor,
Right.
someone who can guide them through the complexities of the
Yeah.
market and help them achieve their goals.
Makes sense.
Exactly. And, you know,
Yeah.
when I think about all the articles we discussed today, I keep coming back to one central theme.
What's that?
Relationships.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking that.
Relationships with our clients,
Yeah.
our teams, our communities, and even with ourselves.
That's true.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's what makes this business so rewarding.
I agree.
It's about connecting with people, understanding their needs,
Right.
and helping them navigate
Yeah.
one of the most significant financial decisions of their lives.
For sure. And it's about finding that balance
Totally.
between professional success and personal well-being.
Which brings us back to that final thought-provoking question
Okay.
from the NIR article. How can you, as a top-performing agent,
Yeah.
set better boundaries to achieve both?
That's a good question.
It is a question worth pondering because it challenges us to create a life
Yeah.
that feels aligned and fulfilling on all levels. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I encourage you to think about what boundaries you need to set,
Yeah.
what support systems you need to put in place, and what steps you can take
Right.
to create that sustainable success that you deserve.
Absolutely.
Because you can have it all.
You can.
It just takes a little planning,
Yeah.
a whole lot of heart,
A lot of heart.
and a willingness to keep learning, growing, and evolving along the way.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together,
Yeah.
navigating this ever-changing market and striving to build those thriving businesses
Right.
and fulfilling lives.
I love it.
So keep learning, keep growing,
Keep connecting.
keep connecting, and keep crushing it.
Until next time.
Hey there, thanks for tuning into The Wire. If you're enjoying the show and want to help us keep bringing you the latest in real estate, visit us at thewire.fm and click the Support the Wire button in the main navigation. Your support makes all the difference. Thank you. The Wire has been brought to you by Resora. Elevate your real estate marketing with Resora. Effortlessly design, manage, and automate stunning email and social campaigns with our intuitive platform built for real estate. Say goodbye to complex marketing. Get started with your free account today at resora.com. And by Notebook LM by Google. Unlock the power of your information with Notebook LM. Upload your documents and instantly access an expert AI that answers your questions, summarizes key points, and generates insights, all based on your specific sources. Become a knowledge master with Notebook LM. Try it now at notebooklm.google.